Hello, good evening and welcome to One Life Left, Britain's favourite video game radio show. My name is Steve Curran.
Keep going, Steve. Keep going. I think you're feeling really well. Hello, I'm Simon Byron.
Oh no, this chair's broken.
And who are you?
I'm Anne Scantlebury.
How's it going?
That's great. I might just switch out this chair 1 second.
Professional, elegant radio.
It's in chaos, the studio this evening, isn't it?
It was fine before you guys came in.
That's certainly true. I
moving things around.
Nick Dan's headphones all fine. I think it's going to be okay. I think we can
it's going to be
gloss over it.
Fantastic, an amazing show. We have got an hour of radio coming up. I mean, that much is guaranteed.
Right.
It's going to be an hour of radio. Quality we cannot ascertain at this point. Have you had a good week, Simon?
Yeah, it's been really good. Thank you. I was sorry not to see you guys on Thursday. On the third Thursday, not the third Thursday of the month.
It's actually our fifth
Hashtag.
Thursday.
I'm sorry not to have seen you on the fifth Thursday. I did meet Stewart Lee though.
What?
Really?
I say meet. So that's what I did on the Thursday night. Hashtag Thursday. He moved his gig to that night, and he's playing my hometown of Hitchin. I was walking to the venue. I walked past what can be described as, at best, an awful pub. It's called the Rose and Crown. No one ever goes in there. As we walked past, I looked in. I was like, "This is Stewart Lee." I'm like, can't let this go, can I? So I said to my wife, I said, we should really go and say something to him, shouldn't we? And she was like, are you sure? I said, okay. I said, I know, we'll go in a pub and order a drink, right? Foolproof. There was no one else in there. So I walked in. She went straight to the toilet, nerves or not. I couldn't tell you. I ordered a half a drink for me and a half a drink for my wife. And I turned around and I said, all right, Stu, can I buy you a drink? And he looked up and said, no, thank you. And I said, can I at least say hello to you then? And he said, hello. We shook hands and I walked on and I sat outside because I was too embarrassed.
Good work.
And then he was very funny. How was the fifth Thursday?
Oh, it was fantastic,
yes.
Simon. It was really, really, really good. Everyone was brilliant there. So many good performers, brilliant new songs.
What was the best new song?
Oh, that's a good question.
Thanks. You wait till you hear what we've got in stock for the guest this evening with our grilling.
I'm going to have to think about that. Get back to you a bit later.
What
was your favourite song?
Oh, all of them. They're all big hitters.
Okay. What was your new song for this month?
I did Katy Perry's Last Friday Night, TGIF, as Last Thursday Night, OLL.
We opened with that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
yeah.
Nice.
Good.
Excellent.
Actually, I think my favourite of the night was Hey Ya. Hey Ya, the performance, because you know Hey Ya is a very complicated song. That was knocked out of the park. Quite sweet.
amazing.
I saw somebody else do Billy Joel with Inside the Fire, which I think is currently my favourite song.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Jamie Firth's rendition of Ain't That a Kick in the Head.
Oh, my goodness.
Magnificent.
Oh, wow.
Can we bring in our guest now? Ed Fear, hello.
Of course we can.
Ed Fear from Mediatonic, welcome.
Hi.
Did you go on Thursday?
I didn't.
Oh, what's the point of me bringing you in? Let's not reveal who we've got yet. So I was going to chat to you. Right, okay, why not? What were you doing Thursday? I didn't see it, Stewart Lee.
I just had other
Which
plans.
I believe on the list of rules, Stewart Lee's rescheduled gig is the only thing in your hometown.
Yeah.
Is the only thing more important.
Actually, no, I think Ed had other business to deal with. Let's say business.
Did I really? Nice. Don't have a swipe right again.
Don't need to.
Video game news with Anne Scantlebury.
It's 7:04 on Monday the 22nd of September. I'm Anne Scantlebury and this is the news. Sony has confirmed that PlayStation TV will launch in Europe on November the 14th. The beautiful box will allow you to stream PlayStation 4 games to another HD TV in your gigantic house, as well as play PS Vita, PSP and PS1 classics on the TV. All this freedom will cost you £84.99. There will be a whole load of titles ready to play, and the PS TV will also come with a voucher for 3 digital Vita games. With all these games, you're probably going to need 2 TVs to get through them.
God, perfect timing that.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Yep,
How many times did you rehearse that one?
Literally none.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. I remember when being able to stream your PlayStation games was exciting, wasn't it?
Was it?
Well, it sounded exciting. It sounded like a glimpse of the future. And now, like almost every thing you own at home can do this, it seems.
You basically so you need the PlayStation 4, but then you need another box if you want to put it. You don't want to buy another PlayStation 4 for a different telly.
Or you can stream it on your Vita for when.
Can you hook your Vita up to your TV? So can you? Is there a loophole where you don't have to buy this?
just move closer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it HD?
Yes, it is. The new range of Xperia phones can stream PlayStation 4 games over.
Again, you just have to put them really close to your face.
Yeah.
Is Xperia still going then?
It is, yeah. I ordered the Z3 Compact today from Amazon because I think it was a misprice, so we'll see what we get. That's got a weird device where you can you stick an actual PlayStation DualShock 4 to it and put the phone on top so it looks a bit like the Nvidia Shield.
Okay.
It's going to look so cool on the train with that.
Can you play Mario 64 on
I'm
it?
sure you can. And now you can buy another box if you don't have a Vita or a...
It's amazing, isn't it? All of these things that you can do just to play the same game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'll come in handy to somebody.
Look, the thing is, you genuinely have to have quite a big house for this to be worth it. If you live in a studio flat, don't bother, probably. Just tilt the TV so you can still see it when you're in the bathroom. Kickstarter has clearly outlined what should happen if a successfully funded project gets kick-stoppered in an update to its terms of use. Projects that have stalled must communicate to backers what has happened, what they're going to do about the situation, where funds have already been spent, work hard to get the project finished, not lie, and return remaining funds to backers who haven't received rewards, or else they may be subject to legal action by their backers. Thankfully, no backers of One Life Left projects will have to worry about this because we're all consummate completers.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because for a long time they've been all about, you're not buying these rewards. You're just backing the project, and these are...
And you're incidentally getting these rewards, which I noticed was a way for some companies to send you products without you having to pay the import duty on them because they were legally gifts.
Huh.
So if you bought something via Kickstarter, it was legally a gift. Don't tell Amazon that.
Okay.
Taxman. But they still can't do anything about this, can they? So like they actually still can't... Like if somebody... stops their project and just doesn't give you any money, like what will they do about it?
I don't know.
It sounds to me that they're saying, hey guys, you should really think about this because
You could someone could get a lawyer involved, but who is going to be bothered?
don't know.
Like-
People are pretty angry, like when they've had their $20 and not had their games worth, as we've seen this week with Double Fine.
Yeah. There's something going on at Double Fine, I think.
What?
I don't think they're Double Fine. I don't think they're fine. They've got a lot of projects on the go, haven't they?
Is this going to be in your news,
No.
Anne?
Let's talk
Okay.
about it now.
They've got a lot of projects on the go.
Yeah.
One of which was DF9, Double Fine 9? No, Double Fine, Space Station Double Fine.
Right.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
DF9?
Something like
I
that,
don't know. It was a sort of theme park in space type game, wasn't it? It was a management of a space station sim. I don't know because I didn't back it.
I didn't back it either.
Back it is maybe not the right word because this was an early access game. Which they went live with a number of months ago, and people were quite excited. It's a lovely thing. They had all these ambitions for it. But in the last week, they suddenly shut it down. They said we're done. I'm afraid.
Done. It's out of early access. It's finished and that's it. Cheers.
They went from their 6th alpha or something to saying, next version is it. That's all you're getting. And the reason they gave for this was because the project is no longer getting the amount of subscribers, new early access funders, to make it a profit-making project or even a break-even project. They're starting to lose money on it.
So is Steam likely to address that with the updated terms and conditions, saying that if you support something in early access and it doesn't actually get finished, then you should get it back?
It's interesting, isn't it? I mean...
Just answer the question, Steve.
No.
No, they're not.
That's true. But I've seen a lot of, I say a lot of, I've seen two prominent indies getting quite annoyed about this, and for good reason, I think, because the problem with Tim Schafer's reasoning makes perfect sense, and I feel for all the guys at Double Fine as well, but the problem is that this makes people lose confidence in the early access model, because people previously have been buying these things and going, oh, this is the great stuff that I'm going to get at the end, and I'm happy to give you the money in advance because I believe in you. But when suddenly a big name company like Double Fine says, actually, we're not going to do it because we can't, we're not making money off this, or we're not breaking even, then suddenly you go, well, okay, I'm not.
Well, to show you again, they've got Gang Beasts in early access, which looks great.
I've heard brilliant things about it.
But
how do you know it's going to get finished?
There is a game there, though. There is a game.
Well, quite.
People can play a game. It's not like they've gone, I've not got anything, sorry.
But I think when you sign up for early access, you sign up a little bit for the ride, the early access adventure as well, and that comes with...
Did you say that it was one making a theme park?
Hey, there's basically a joke to work on there.
We'll
so I can see why people are disappointed, because they've read this list of features and it says X and Y and Z, and they've gone, oh, those sound brilliant, not just like letters, they sound amazing features, can't wait for them to come in the game. And then they don't even arrive. They never get there. So they're not getting the game that they have imagined they're going to get, even though they are still getting a game. And from what I've heard, the game itself is brilliant. And Double Fine have said they're proud of it and they're going to continue to sell it. It's just not the game that people had hoped.
Yeah, exactly. Well, are they going to put that on their Steam store page then? Buy this, it's not the game that we hoped it would be.
Destiny is really banging it up at the top of the hit parade. According to publisher Activision, Bungie's first-person shooter is now the best-selling new IP ever, bringing in $325 million in 5 days, with over 100 million hours of online play logged. It's still at the top of the UK all formats charts, and over 72% of PS4 sales last week were a Destiny bundle. Things are looking good for the sequel, which we have been informed will most certainly be called Destiny's Child.
Hey, that's a joke.
I did a joke.
Totally functional.
Do you know that is there going to be a sequel? Because I read somewhere that Destiny's a project that's going to be rolling out for 3...
I literally just wanted to say Destiny's Child.
Okay,
I just wanted to say Destiny's Child.
So we should...
You did.
Right.
But let's take it as an exclusive. There's going to be a sequel, Simon.
Okay. Well, no, it's just that I read, like in actual news, that there isn't going to be a sequel for at least for a while.
But when there is...
Because they're adding content to it, aren't they? To the game itself. So there are going to be in-game events and areas that open up and stuff like that, rather than a sequel. So there'll be no Destiny's Child, Anne.
I think there will be eventually.
Eventually.
There will be.
Well,
that'll be the longest payoff ever, then, won't it?
I mean, it's totally possible. It's coming.
It is.
So
coming,
it is
in
many ways a One Life Left exclusive.
Okay,
right.
So well done, Anne.
Still not played it? Have you played it?
No.
Steve?
No, not
Ed
played
Beer?
it.
No,
none of us. 100%. Did Bobby Kotick mention that? Are we? None of those 100 million
I
hours.
should check whether we've had a reply from Activision.
Okay.
Yeah, because we did.
Did you
Sorry, not
ask?
Activision. Red Consultancy. I
Yeah.
did.
Red Consultancy.
Red Consultancy.
And who was it at Red?
Was it Sam? I think
feels like
Sam at
Sam,
Red
yeah.
Consultancy. So let's find out. Go into my One Life Left PR.
Because,
inbox.
we can make people, i.e. Mike Bithell.
Yeah. We can break
people, i.e. in the future,
best
Mike Bithell.
sellers.
Let me just check. No.
Dreadful, isn't it? It's dreadful.
Nothing.
Actually, that from
Nothing.
a leading
Zero.
PR agency.
Leading.
Nothing. So-called leading. A Kickstarter for people who like strapping devices to their heads in the name of virtual reality has been started. Air VR will allow users to attach their iPad minis and other phone devices to some lenses that will divide the screen up so your eyes can see different things. The cost of this headset is $47 Canadian plus however much you value your dignity at, because you'll be walking around with an iPad strapped to your face. If Noel Edmonds wasn't dead, we'd swear this was one of his house party gotchas.
The other one that died, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just checking. I get out of touch.
It's fine.
But are you allowed to mention Noel Edmonds
Wait, aren't you?
for the other reasons?
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Okay.
I don't think that is.
Well, let's hope it's not a thing, Anne. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble.
Why don't we look inside the box?
Look at this, though.
Oh, this is brilliant. So Simon does have a...
Ed, look.
Wow.
Exactly.
Okay, but that looks fine. So Simon is putting a
Thanks,
shiny box to his face. It looks a bit like ridiculous sunglasses, only it's a box.
It's Google Cardboard, or at least the unofficial version.
But so you didn't make it yourself?
No, I didn't. I bought it for £8 off eBay, and
That's a lot cheaper than you could make it for.
Do you think? Yeah, certainly. Also, better.
Also, that is better quality
Than
cardboard
I would make it.
than I would ever be able
Exactly.
to find.
Also,
Mine would
that's-
say Frosties on the front.
And that's cheaper than 46 Canadian dollars as well.
47, Steve.
47.
This,
47.
this you put a phone in it, and it's got some tech demos and stuff like that. It's good fun. I was showing it off upstairs.
Brilliant. I played the
Stu's-
roller coaster one.
Yeah.
Roller coasters are a theme.
And I don't know if you were there, but you can look at the photospheres that you can take in.
I've got a holiday picture which will show you what it was like for me to be sunbathing.
So you can look down.
I'm not. You can look down at me.
and
I'm not
see.
joking. I'm
See
not-
everything.
I'm not-
You can.
Everything.
No, you can. You can imagine you're
No,
applying
no,
cream.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just
We'll
rubbing
put it on you during the
No.
next. Yeah, we'll
There are some things
hold it
that
up to your
virtual
face
reality
next time, and then
should
Steve's going to rub cream on you. Best £8 I ever spent. But this iPad thing looks. I mean, this Google Cardboard £8 thing.
It looks like something
daft.
from the 80s.
The iPad thing, though, looks absolutely ridiculous,
It looks
doesn't it?
unbelievable. Why would you stick an iPad to your face?
It's like somebody's just sort of gone up behind you, like that's a smash your Yeah, weird. I'll be getting one. Ed, are you getting one?
Yeah, definitely.
And finally, if you found yourself becoming less killer ho, more cookie dough, does the District Attorney of Marin County have a deal for you? Marin County citizens will be able to trade in their violent video games in exchange for ice cream. The local government in California has teamed up with Ben & Jerry's to get people to give up their Call of Duty for some sweet caramel sutra. It's hoped that disposing of violent media and toys will be good for kids in changing today's modelling patterns. Sadly, you won't be able to trade in your copy of Fez for some Phil fish food.
Hey, that's a good joke as well. This is seems to be trading one potentially good thing with bad side effects for another potentially good thing with bad side effects.
True story.
Simon's still using his VR device.
I was just trying to work out what it's like for me to be on holiday, so I can see my own legs. Yeah, I thought Marin County was something in a video game, wasn't it? Isn't that what? I thought it was a Zelda thing, but actually that was a character called Marin, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's Hyrule.
What are they doing in Hyrule?
They're not trading anything in for anything.
Okay.
They're all about keeping it as it is.
Right.
Would you give up? Like, okay, but say you just had an old game and you were like, I mean, I was just kicking around. I'm never going to play it again. Quite fancy some ice cream.
Well, how much is a tub of Ben & Jerry's? It's like £2.50, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because no one buys it at full price. There's always
No.
a half-price deal somewhere.
And obviously,
And if not
what
on
they're
Ben
doing...
& Jerry's, then Haagen-Dazs. We should point out there's plenty of other types of ice cream,
Oh,
quality
yeah.
ice cream. Like, oh my goodness, Bradley Cooper flavour Haagen-Dazs. Have you had that?
What?
The Bradley Cooper flavour, B-Coops. It's delicious. It's got like it's like
What
a
taste
norm-
of him? It was made by him.
Well, I don't know because I've never tasted Bradley Cooper.
Okay.
But it's like a normal ice cream, and if you dig down into it, there are pockets of like liquid inside it.
That is what he tastes
Which
like.
Bradley Cooper
I
had
imagine is
liquid inside.
I imagine so. Aren't we 60% water or something? Amongst
yeah.
other things. So
Oh my God, there's your legs!
Imagine if you ate some of the Bradley Cooper ice cream while looking at a picture of Bradley Cooper in your Google Cardboard.
Oh, now you're
Sensory
talking.
overload.
thanks, Anne.
One life left. Video game news with Anne Scantleberry.
You're listening to One Life Left on Resonance 104.4 FM, broadcasting across London. We're also on the internet at www.resonancefm.com. This is Clam. It's called 8-Bit Shines. You can find that at chipmusic.org. Like most of the music we play on One Life Left, you should visit there. Hey, we had a new follow this week on the One Life Left account.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Was it
from Clam?
No!
Imagine it. We are finally making it.
Yes!
Celebrity is recognising us.
Thank goodness.
Of a sort, I suppose.
Of the best sort.
Yeah, the best sort. What are we doing now? I guess it's time to talk to our guest.
Ed!
Hi.
How's it going?
Good, thank you. It's lovely to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. We had to get you on, didn't we?
Yes, you did. Yes, you basically had no choice.
No,
contractually.
Because because you guys have just released a really interesting video game, and we thought you should tell others about it.
Yes.
So what is it?
It's called Hatoful Boyfriend, and it's a pigeon dating simulator.
Obviously. That's a crowded genre, isn't it?
Well, we like to think we've given it our own unique twist. Yes, it's a game. It's a Japanese game that we've basically taken and remade and put on Steam and everything. And it's literally a Japanese style dating game, but where the objects of your affection are not human males; they are male pigeons. And
okay,
doves.
But what? I'm not playing a human myself, am I?
You are playing a human female. Yes, you are the last human.
Okay.
You're going to have to...
Trying to get off with birds.
Yeah.
No, sorry, that is what's happening.
Yes.
Okay.
You're the last human left alive.
Is that what happens in Japan?
I think that's how the school system is.
Are there no other animals? So what? So last human left alive, I'm going to go for a pigeon.
Yes.
They're not all pigeons, though.
Are there more suitable animals? I mean, obviously,
no,
we're going to have to define what suitable would mean.
I think, I'm not sure I like...
Easier to catch.
No, there are no, it's only pigeons and associated doves.
Yeah.
Were
they just doves? Are they just other doves?
I think doves are technically pigeons, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah, they're just pretty pigeons.
Can I wiki this?
Yeah.
I think you should, because I was confused by it as well.
Yeah.
So did you stumble across this game in Japan then, or you or people at Mediatonic, or?
Yeah, it was. My boss told me about it.
Or were you
as a
googling
joke.
something very strange? Oh, actually, there is.
Oh my god! I can be catered for.
Exactly.
My whole life, I've thought I was on my own. No, my boss mentioned it to me as a joke, and then sometime later, I heard that the lady who makes it was looking for some translators for some associated projects, because it's quite a big. Well, I mean, it's not in terms of indie games. It's big in Japan.
Okay.
Like it has comic spin-offs, like 3 drama CDs,
right?
Stuff like that. She was looking for some translators to help. With that associated stuff, so I kind of got in contact with her because I felt I wanted to do some translating anyway, and I mentioned it to my boss, and he said, "While you're at it, why don't you play the game and see what you think about it?" So I bought it and played it and absolutely loved it. Like, was really, really surprised by it. Was expecting kind of a joke game, but got a game that takes itself entirely seriously.
Did you claim it back on expenses?
No, I didn't actually. I should have.
You should do. Look after the pennies.
So, is this the first time that Mediatonic's taken a game from another territory or someone else's game and brought it?
I think it is, yeah. I mean, it's not something we were ever planning to do. It's not like we kind of were sat there and were like, we want to publish a game or something. It was literally that I played it and I said to my boss, that game you were talking about, it's actually great. And he was like, well, why don't we try and get the rights for it?
Wow.
Like, you're talking to her anyway. Why don't you ask her about the rights? And
did
we
you
did
have to dress up as a bird in order to?
Well, by some meanings, I already was. No, she's very normal actually. So, but it was because the reason we liked it was essentially it was the sort of game that we wished we'd made, and so that was it. It was like we felt it was like a Mediatonic game that we hadn't made.
Was it difficult? Like, how do you take that concept and explain it to, for example, the press over here?
It was actually really easy because the first thing we decided we wanted to do is we wanted to partner with a publisher. So in the end, we went with Devolver Digital.
Right.
And when we had the first meeting with them, it was kind of like they were kind of like, okay, so what is this? And it was actually really easy to get people on board with it. When you explain to them that it's not like, I mean, there are games out there like Goat Simulator, things like that are kind of like, the idea is that the game itself is kind of a joke, and there's not, I mean, I haven't played Goat Simulator, so I don't want to say anything bad about it, but from what I've heard, there's not a huge amount of like substance.
Well, I think even the App Store text suggests that you don't buy it.
Exactly.
Goat Simulator.
Exactly. Whereas this, like, what really got us about this is that, like, firstly, it didn't treat itself as a joke. Like, it's just completely straight-laced. And the second thing was that it's actually quite funny at times. It's quite, like, surprisingly touching at times. Like, you get it's a little bit weird when you remember that you're feeling emotionally involved about a pigeon, and then like there's a meta story behind all the different dating scenarios that's like really bizarre. So we just thought it was actually a really deep experience, and visual novels is not something we would normally look to make because like it's not quite a niche genre. It's a very niche genre, so you need a hook like to get people in. So like Phoenix Wright obviously has the whole lore, the kind of lore detective stuff is you're in. And when we looked at this game, we kind of saw that like the pigeons would be something that would make people like go, what? And then like when they do that, then actually that's the opportunity to show them that there's actually like substance behind it. So like the whole time we've really tried not to ourselves to consider it as a joke. Like it would have been very easy to just go out and be like, look at this wacky game, like, oh, it's insane. And like, but we've tried to play it like just totally straight because that's exactly how Moa, the creator, plays it. And I think that makes it fun. In some ways, that makes it funnier because it's just a slightly, it's a much more endearing. I think because it tries to be honest, it's endearing. Whereas I think if it was trying to be a joke, I think it would either hit it or you'd miss it, and you'd just kind of feel it would feel kind of cold. So I think the fact that there's a lot of heart behind it is actually what people seem to like about it.
There are jokes in it, though.
There are
some
jokes.
excellent.
There's a recurring pun that
what is it?
Everybody.
Literally made me laugh every time.
I had a question sent in actually. It's the last time I'll mention. I don't want to sound like Richard Herring, but this came from my wife. She said, "Hey, in real life, pigeons vomit into each other's mouths to court, and sometimes nest on the corpses of dead pigeons. I know this because I watch Urban Birds a lot. Is this pigeon behaviour reflected in Hatoful Boyfriend?"
It's not.
Okay, sequel.
No.
DLC, maybe.
Possibly. No, I don't think. I think it's a more
romanticised view of the pigeon dating world, isn't it? It's
Absolutely.
not pigeon Tinder.
It's
like down and dirty.
Although that would be a great spin-off.
Nice.
What does the name mean?
So this is a good point actually. So we weren't sure about renaming it. Hatoful. So it's basically a pun in Japanese, so of the word heartful, which obviously is not really a word, and hato, which means pigeon or dove. So it's kind of like, it's kind of a play on words. So in Japanese, it's very funny. We weren't sure because
now
obviously,
you've explained it.
Yeah, exactly. We weren't sure about it, but it just seemed like because it had already actually been available in English in a very limited way. There was already like a small kind of fan base around it, and so it kind of, in the end, it just felt wrong to kind of like try and rebrand it. We did go through a lot of puns to try and do a lot of subtitle puns, but in the end, we just decided to go for the original name.
Was it? It's just interesting that you went with Devolver, who have got pretty diverse catalogue. Like, how much benefit do you think you got from working with them? Have they taken it further than you could have done on your own? Or?
Yeah, I think they have because, like for example, like we hit E3 in like a surprisingly big way. Like, I think if we'd have done it, it would have been very much kind of a gonzo thing where we were showing it individually to people in hotel lobby, like journalists in hotel lobbies, and maybe we'd have had a small meeting room or something. But like, Devolver hired out the car park opposite the convention centre, and they had like I think they had about 10 trailers parked there, one for each game that they were showing off.
Oh, not one for each pigeon.
Not one for each pigeon. Oh no, that would have been good. So we had a huge Hatoful. Like when we used to tell people we had a trailer, and they'd be like, "Oh, so like how long's the trailer?" And like, no, actually, mean a physical trailer, like that you can sit in for the game. And so and then and everybody liked it, and we got and it was crazy to get like nominated for Best of E3 from like The Escapist, when there was, considering what the game is. So I think like that's sort of stuff that I don't think we would have. Like I think they really helped kind of push us.
I'd love to see how you swung that with The Escapist.
Yeah, exactly.
Just give him a bag of crumbs and a darkened room, a couple of birds in there. See what happens next.
So they think that you meant a different thing when you said darkened room and a couple of birds.
Well, got a game of the show or whatever it was, so works.
Yep.
Steve wasn't really listening. Going to show whatever it was.
Joke.
Yeah, exactly. I know. So that's certainly more important. Right, excellent. Well, well done. I hope it goes well for you. Can we expect to see more from you in this genre and sequels, or?
There is a sequel to the game that
is that an
she's already
exclusive?
made. No, because we haven't.
It exists.
It exists. It already exists. We might do it. Like it's super early days. It's only been a few weeks, so we're kind of like taking stock of things. But we want to get it on more platforms, and we'll see after that.
Excellent. Well, good luck for it. We can find it currently on Steam.
Currently on Steam, PC, Mac, Linux.
Excellent.
Hello, I'm Sega Badawi, and welcome to One Life Left Local News. The results are in from the recent referendum, and Tortimer Island has voted no for independence from the mainland. The voting was pretty close, but the no votes won 55% to 45%. Apparently, the majority of no votes came from the elderly population, who remember a time when Nintendo was culturally relevant. The yes votes were rumoured to be close to winning in recent polls, so the mayors of some of the major villages, including Amityville, P4, 1D Rules and OLL Forever, went to the island to promote the union. It was also believed that confusion over if the island could keep bells as a main currency played a part in voting. In addition, prominent businessman Thomas J. Nook said he would relocate his company's headquarters from the island back to the mainland. Mayor Tortimer has already resigned from being the leader of the Tortimer Island Trust, and a new leader needs to be elected. Thanks, and back to your usual programming.
Email, messages, and forward BCC. One Life Letters.
Okay, we've got a bag full of letters of different tones this week, haven't we?
Edgar Saleh Lamy says, "Hey guys, what happened to OLL 10/7? Was it too good, dreadful, a mistake?"
Don't know what happened.
I don't know.
I think it's there. I don't think we've got any missing shows. If you've noticed something a gap in the One Life Left narrative, please let us know.
Maybe it's because I just assumed. I thought
This was a 7 out of 10 joke.
So did I. I thought, did we say that we'd do something and then not do it? That sounds literally like us. Yes, I don't know. If anybody knows what happened to OLL 10/7, let us know.
Okay.
Anne.
Hi, Anne, Steve, Simon, and SSG, I suppose. I spent all week playing the new Zelda-themed Dynasty Warriors up, and got to thinking how fun it can be to play the bad guy. It feels great to run around stabbing all the good guys with Ganondorf's 2 swords. I also like to imagine the chanting from Smash Brothers is happening at the same time. Anyway, this got me wondering, what are some of your favourite play as the bad guy moments from games you've played? Thanks very much, you wonderful people. Having your show back is like having the sun come out once again, improving Mondays immeasurably. Thanks, Chris.
I can't do it. Can't play as bad guy.
You can't play as a bad guy. Is it because you do it all the time in life?
No. It isn't. No, I've got no idea. Like on the games where you can subvert things by being bad, or you can choose your own destiny. I can't do it. I'm playing Knights of the Republic at the moment, and I'm good.
Yeah,
Steve and I are great together.
Obviously, when we played, what was that thing that we played where you had to pick one, Steve?
That was Infamous, wasn't it?
Infamous, yeah. Took forever deciding what to be, and I was bad, but then I never played past that point.
I've got one. What about TIE Fighter?
All right, being
from X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, that was a good game, and that was enjoyable, where you played the bad guy.
Dungeon
Good
Keeper?
point.
Are you the bad guy? I suppose you are.
Well, you're the head of the
sort
dungeon,
of infamous me
so-
style way. Yeah. Agreed. Next.
Ed.
Hi. We have a letter from Ben Hall. It says, "Hello team and super special guest Ed Fear. Hi. I've had a good idea for a song for Thursday, and that would be based on Ed's game Hatoful Boyfriend. In order for me to know that I'm okay to start work on this song, could Ed confirm that I'm alright to do this, or is he already working on a song himself?"
Are you?
I am not.
Okay.
Also, if anyone can think of a rhyme for pigeon, that would be really useful. Smidgen.
Very good.
There we go.
I can't believe that came as a revelation to you.
Yeah, we went through all the words and all the puns. Smidgen! You're going to have to patch it. Steve.
Okay, hello team and SSG, writes Steve Owen. Last week, a friend of mine who isn't part of the games industry told me all about a karaoke night where they rewrite the lyrics to be about video games. Apparently, it's on the third Thursday of the month, although you'd be best not assuming that's the case if it's ever the fourth Wednesday. Good point. I was just about to suggest you get your team of lawyers onto it when I realised she was actually talking about your #Thursday. I reckon that makes you pretty famous.
Wow.
Famous enough that I'll probably come along one day if it wasn't quite so far from my house and on a school night. Keep up the good work. Keep up the rubbish work too, if you like. No skin off my nose. Love, Steve Owen. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks.
Ed, are you getting anything on the 16th of October?
No, I have.
Right.
I'm keeping it free.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because that's when the next Thursday is.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're
16th
all going to be
We'll see
there,
you,
right?
actually.
Every listener who is listening should be there on the 16th. If you are not in the country, time to get in the country. I mean, not right now, unless you're going to
Leave
stay
it
for a
till
few
the
weeks.
16th.
Leave it till... No, I mean jet lag. Leave it till the 14th.
Probably the 4th, yeah, or maybe the 13th.
13th, sleep it off. There's plenty to see in London apart from Thursday. Will be the highlight, and then the next day you can go home. The end.
See you there.
Yeah.
See you there. That's it.
Is it?
Or
No.
is it?
So, when I saw this letter come through, I thought somebody was joking, didn't you? With the subject, I am disgusted with you.
I thought, oh, you One Life Left listeners.
Yeah, I thought that, yeah.
Funny. And it was the first thing I saw in the morning as well.
Oh, it's the start of the day.
I woke up, I
thought,
loaded my
this
email
is-
up and I
this
went,
is-
oh,
good.
It was sent at 3:53 as well in the morning.
Oh, no wonder
So-
it's the first thing we saw.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So Maxwell Adams, he says, subject, I'm disgusted with you. He says, I've been eagerly waiting for a new episode from OLL all throughout your summer break. This entire Gamergate fiasco has been a complete mess, and it seems like every voice that speaks up just brings hostility and a personal agenda.
No arguments there.
No, your programme always speaks simply, that's true, and honestly, not sure about that, about any issue that you bring up, and you always keep your sense of humour. Definitely not true. What we need is a voice of reason, and I thought that would be you. Well, sorry to let you down, Maxwell. He says that during a recent podcast, you said that you believe that people reacting badly to Lee Alexander's article were doing so largely because of her gender. It's a really long letter. So the point, I think, Maxwell, is that we are not against freedom of speech. Lee, you list some bits and bobs that Lee wrote, and that's fine. Like people can say whatever they want, and I think largely speaking, the internet is full of people that say things to provoke editorially and provoke discussion, etc., that sort of thing. What we do particularly object to is those that respond to that through language or behaviour that is illegal. There are plenty of people. So I read a piece by Milo. I can't pronounce his surname.
Well, don't bother because he's not worth giving the oxygen of publicity.
True, but I read it and it was a load of nonsense. But I don't begrudge his right to say it.
No.
What I've not done is tweeted at him threatening him with violence, etc. So can we draw a line under that? Do we think our response there, like we say, just calm it down.
We need a joke.
How did you Pokemon?
Riding on a spaceship, 1984. Picking up a signal, never heard before. Wanna be your lover, wanna be your lover, wanna be your lover, not just be your friend. Wanna be your lover, wanna be your lover, wanna be your lover, not just be your friend. Ground control's excited, I'm here all alone. Alien transmission chills me to the bone. Outside in the darkness, just be your friend. I wanna be your lover. I wanna be your lover. I wanna be your lover, not just be your friend.
This is One Life Left on Resonance 104.4 FM. We are a very, very serious radio show. This is Jenny and the Giants. They are doing the soundtrack for Death Ray Manta.
Oh, really?
Death Ray Manta? Death Ray Manta. I believe this from a tweet, so it's not my fault if it's wrong. The new version of Death Ray Manta is called DRM 1. We like DRM now. DRM's
do we?
Okay, yeah. In that sense.
Sorry, what's for people who don't know? I mean, obviously not me. What's Death Ray Manta?
You know, it's one of those exciting Minter-esque shooters.
Oh, I can't stand those.
Oh, I just remembered what my favourite song from Thursday was, but I can't talk about it because the joke is so good. You need to hear it. It was Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh, Cotton Eye Joe. It's a Steve Curran joint.
Okay, they're pretty good, those songs, aren't they?
Yeah, Cotton Eye Joe is one of our favourite songs. And you were just saying something off air that we thought we should.
Yeah, I was thinking about pigeon dating, and how maybe there might be a Tinder spin-off. And I was thinking about playing, if you could play Tinder as top trumps, so people have stats.
Mm-hmm. What are those stats? Because in top trumps, they're pretty obvious, right? They're like height, weight,
mass.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to have sense of humour.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to want to have sexy. You're going to want to have whether they're obviously actually married in their
hang on
photos.
a minute. So a noun and then an adjective.
Yeah, all of these.
Don't think. Right.
Is this just a list of things you look for?
A sexy sense of humour.
A sexy married man.
No, and then you have to. Well, what I mean, Ed,
what do you have to do?
What would you look for when you're looking to trade off someone that you're maybe gonna?
Notice how the music stopped, by the way, because this is important.
Trade off someone.
Have you ever played top trumps?
You have to have you
ever played Tinder?
You get better stats. Yes, I have.
Right.
You get better stats than someone else. So you need to find the person on there that has the best stats. You play it with your friends.
Right.
So you swipe right until you find a good stats person, and then you're with your friends and you go, all right.
That's not how top trumps works.
What have you got for?
This isn't on message. They're going to be furious with you. If you walk into Top Trumps HQ with this as a pitch, they'll be like, have you even played our game?
What if it was pigeons? What would your what would your categories be for pigeons, Ed?
Sleekness of coat.
Perfect. Yeah.
Very good.
How many whole feet they have? I'm thinking about London. Yeah.
That's a very good one.
Yeah.
Plumage.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same as sleekness of coat?
No.
God's sake, Steve, what an absolute idiotic thing to say. Honestly, Maxwell Adams, if you're listening, continue to be disgusted with us for such an ignorant comment.
Obviously, you never dated a pigeon, Steve.
If I was a One Life Left listener now, I would definitely start all my emails with...
Yeah, exactly.
I am disgusted at you.
I was just putting it out there, though, Steve. That was a game idea, and if anyone wants to take it up and run with it, maybe make it a bit better. Go for it.
Chapter 35, a message from our sponsors. Roger, a lot of people ask me, what can we do about advertising in games? Doesn't involving PR in the production of games undermine artistic integrity? To this I say no. Product placement is a vital element of modern video game acting. It would be easy for a cynic to suggest that I only hold this point of view because I make 85% of my income through product sponsorship. It's true, but I'm honestly not motivated by money in this case. In many instances, I genuinely love the products I insist on mentioning, even if the director of the game in question has asked me not to. And when you're directing dozens of NPCs, my dialogue is bound to slip through the net. And if I happen to receive a check or services in kind for this, then so be it. The key word is, and always has been, realism. If you're playing a football game, it's realistic for the players to wear their real-life sponsors on their shirts. If you're playing an immersive open-world game, it's realistic for advertisements to appear on the billboards around the city. If you're battling against time-travelling aliens, it's realistic for each individual bullet to have a brand logo on it, and for the aliens to keep shouting about payday loans and car insurance. And let's face it, if we went without advertising, I'd have to turn to Patreon to get acting work. I'm not an animal, for God's sake. So, in conclusion, buy Doritos.
One Life Left Resonance 104.4 FM, and this is the reviews section of the show. Simon.
I've been playing Schrodinger's Cat and the Raiders of the Lost Quark.
What?
I know. Ordinarily, that sort of title would put me right off. Trying to be too clever.
It's two things you don't like.
Exactly.
One of them's Minter-esque games, and the other one's
being smart about it. Yeah, exactly. It's a platform game. Who's it from? It's being published by Team 17. It's out tomorrow. It's a platform game from the people behind Hector Bag of Carnage. And it's got a range of people that have been in a load of point-and-click adventures. Marty McFly in Back to the Future, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. It's an odd one. When you load it up, I thought it very much reminded me of Day of the Tentacle in terms of its styling and its sense of humour. You play a cat and you have to get into a zoo. You do this by going around collecting lots of differently types of energy and quark, and then you can manipulate those to give you different powers. It's really nice. It's pretty funny. It's inventive. You control it with both your cat hands, so you do left, right, up, down with your left hand, and then you use your quarks with the other to travel around the environment.
Do you actually have to have cat hand?
That's what they say. They say, put away your mouse and keyboard now. You control this with your cat hands.
Put away your mouse.
They're not called cat hands, though.
If only there was a word for cat hands.
Right.
It's pretty funny. I'm sort of 2 or 3 levels into it at the moment, enjoying it a lot. It's making me smile. Thoroughly recommend it. 7 out of 10. Available on Steam tomorrow.
Excellent. I have been playing a game on Android called Ooh.
Called what?
Ooh.
How'd you spell that?
O-O. Small O.
Oh, you mean?
Wait, a small O first.
Right.
Big O second.
Ooh.
Does that change the pronunciation?
Well, I've been calling it Ooh, but Simon says, oh.
No, I was just being pedantic.
Is it pedantic if you're wrong?
You are. I've seen you talk about this game on the Twitter, haven't I?
Oh, I love it. I think it's fantastic. It is a very, very simple one-button game in which you move between circles. So you have a little particle which is orbiting around the inside of the circle, and by touching the screen on your Android or iOS device, I don't know if it's on iOS, by touching the screen, your particle moves from the inside of the circle to the outside.
Okay.
And what you've got to do is touch at the right time so it leaps to a circle which is touching.
Okay.
So if you imagine like a figure of 8 almost, so you touch at the join of that, and then suddenly you're in the next circle.
Okay.
And you keep going, but sometimes you've got to touch to avoid spikes which are on the inside of the outside of the circle, and slowly you make your way through this amazingly cleverly designed circle-based universe. It brings in new elements to that at exactly the right time. It is the purest arcadey video game that I've played for ages, and it makes me jealous that I didn't think of it first.
It does look like one of those ideas, doesn't it?
It's so simple. I think it's 69p, or it's super cheap anyway on Android. Totally recommend it. When I looked before, it only had a couple of thousand downloads, but it seems like the sort of thing that should have a couple of million. So please, if you fancy pigeons, give it a shot. I should also mention that I found this out through YouTube Let's Play. It's the first time I've ever discovered something like that.
You're too old for this, Steve, aren't you?
Yeah.
Looking at YouTube.
Been paid to
exactly.
YouTube it.
I know. I found this out through Helu, my friend who was YouTube Let's Playing it, and it totally worked. Made me want to play it, and I went out and bought it. So
maybe it'll catch on then. You're saying this later.
I'm saying let's get in on it.
Okay, yeah, good. I think it's still early, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ed.
Hello. I've been playing Desert Golfing on.
A lot of people have been playing this.
You video game hipster. You.
Yeah.
It's I cannot stop playing it.
Is it by the guy that made? I've not played. It's by the guy that made Super Stickman Golf. Is it the same guy or not? It looks very similar.
It might be. I don't know. I'm not very hipster in my game likings, but this.
Do you
is
like
just,
Proteus?
No.
What about Journey?
I haven't played it.
Right.
We
should hang out more, Ed, I think. You get on better than I do with these two.
Yes, it's I can't. It's another one of those ideas that that makes me really mad that I didn't have it. So it actually hurts to play it because I'm hitting myself so much as I play it. But yeah, just like side-on procedurally generated golf. It's basically perfect. I mean, it's really minimalist. But it's just really addictive, because each round is like a couple of seconds or something. So it's really fun to just play on the tube. I'm absolutely loving it. It's a definite 7 out of 10.
Gone Home.
Minterest games.
What? If you were a pigeon, I would date you.
Oh my god, that's what people always say to me. It's ridiculous.
I've been playing 2 old games this week. I've been playing Repton, which is that old... Is it BBC Micro? Yeah, that. Because I have had it on my phone for ages. Last Christmas when I was at my brother's, we got really drunk and started talking about old games that we used to play, and I found that, and we loved it so much when we were growing up. And then I decided to start playing it because I was talking about diamonds the other day, and it's got diamonds in it. It's brilliant. It's not the best controls. It's sometimes a little bit... it's a little bit hard moving your little guy around. But yeah, you got a little guy who's going around trying to pick up all the diamonds, kill all the monsters, and not get locked in by all the boulders. And it's got really fun music as well. I've liked that one.
So is this an official port by Superior Software?
Is it? I think so. It's definitely... It looks totally the same, so it's probably legit, isn't it? I mean, it's probably legit. It's called Repton 1.
Is that what you say down the market when you see a pair of Nikes?
It's probably legit. Mate, just give us...
Just don't look too closely at the label.
Is that what you should have... that's what the guy who was trying to sell us Thorpe Park tickets said, didn't he? On the bridge over the railway line, Thorpe Park said, "You want to buy some tickets?" I wouldn't. I'm not one of those guys who try and rip you off. Legit.
This is by Easy Consulting Limited. Doesn't sound legit anymore. But that's been brilliant fun. 7 out of 10. And I've also been playing The Room on iPad, which is where you unlock, like you have to solve loads of little puzzles to get inside a thing. But I'm not entirely sure what the thing is. Like, there are loads of little notes about going, oh, I have done some experiments on the null and it has done this thing to me finally, and I'm so excited about it. I don't really care about that bit of it. I just quite like doing the little puzzles and moving the box around and figuring everything out. It's pretty cool. I will give that 7 out of 10 also.
So I've just bought OO and Desert Golfing. Proof that being featured on One Life Left, Ed, benefits your sales. I'm also going to uninstall The Room because you've just reminded of me, and I thought it was dreadful. Resonance 104.4 FM. This is VCMG. It's called F-Funk. We were just doing our best impressions of video game producers. Go on, Anne.
Oh, ship it!
It's really good. It's really good.
We'll patch it later.
Just put it in a box and ship it. I don't care if physical media's dead. Put it in a box.
Is that how it works, Ed?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ship it.
Ship it!
Get it out there.
We'll early access it, it'll be alright.
Do a bit of social.
Oh, that's very contemporary.
I want the YouTubers to play it.
What do we got to pay them?
Get PewDiePie on this. Has PewDiePie touched your pigeons, Ed?
He has, yeah.
Has he?
He's playing through it. He's playing through it at the moment. He's done a part 1, which I've watched, and
Okay.
I think he's doing some more. But he said it was the best game he played in a while.
Interesting. Can you tell a lot about a man by the pigeon he chooses to date?
Yes, you absolutely
Can
can.
you tell a lot about a girl by the pigeon she chooses to date?
Hashtag everyday sexism.
Not a lot. Well, it depends. Like if it's like some women, I already knew it all.
I picked a bird. I picked a pigeon.
Yeah, you picked.
The saddest pigeon in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
You really went.
I went for the library pigeon.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I was literally holding my face at the end of that dating cycle. It was really emotional.
You were touched by it. Yeah. Oh wait, no. not you, tree.
Not like that. It's not yew tree. I guess yew tree is a tree, and that's where pigeons live. So.
If you so Ed and Anne got together to play Hatoful Boyfriend, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was that saved to YouTube? Can people watch that?
I don't think we did. We for the first half hour we were in major reverb land and nobody could hear what we were saying. So that was like a bit too far. But I think next time we do it, we may.
I think we're going to have another go. Give a different pigeon a try.
Yeah.
We should get back on Twitch, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should.
Play the field.
Is that how it works?
What's happening next week? I'm not here.
I'm not here.
I'm not here.
Anne.
What? I guess it's just me then.
What are you going to be doing?
I'm having to think about some ideas.
Okay.
Really? Do you want to brainstorm
Yeah.
now? Because we've got 2 minutes left.
Well, what I want to do is get. It's been a bit of a rubbish time for women at the minute. I want to get loads of women in here talking about games and having a lovely time.
Okay.
That's sexist.
That is
sexist.
That's literally sexist.
Yeah.
It isn't. When you think about it.
Okay. Well, let me think about it then.
Anyway, that's what I want to do.
Okay. Do you know any women?
This is my trouble. So I'm going to put a call out and see if anyone who is interesting wants to talk about their game or the work that they do, get them in, have some lovely chats.
Sounds perfect.
And if that doesn't happen, we'll just put a repeat on.
Okay. So basically, we'll be able to show whether there are any interesting women out there.
Oh, God.
That's essentially what you've just said.
Oh, it's all on my shoulders, isn't
Everyone will know this by whether they're listening to a pigeon dating simulator again next week.
Okay.
Which, when you think about it, Anne...
I always think about...
Good. Well, good luck with that.
Thanks. Yeah, good to know that I'm the only one that actually cares about this. The only one that turns up every week to every event.
If you are interested in turning up to a One Life Left event, the next one is on the 16th of October. That's another Thursday. There will be new songs, new friends, and new good times. So definitely come to that. That will be at the Loading Bar in Dalston.
Yeah, and if you want to email us, get in touch, team@onelifeleft.com.
We're also doing Nottingham at the end of the month, aren't we?
Oh,
Good point. We are
We'll talk about that in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Ed, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hatoful Boyfriend?
Yes, out now.
Out now, Steam. Good. And can we follow you on Twitter?
Yes, at Edfear.
Good news.
Brilliant. And as for the rest of you, well, we will see you not in 1 week, but in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
See you. Bye.